Hello, hello. Are we live? Yes. All right. So, what's up, guys? How you all doing? Let me just open. All right. Amazing. I think we need two more terminal to run that. So I'll just do make run. So it will be our backend, and just one more thing. Order app to do great. Okay, so earlier what we did, we just created the endpoint and mapped it with our backend. Right now we need to insert a user and register a user in our database. All right, so we'll see. I think we were able to uh, put our data on a request, and then we were able to fetch it on the server, so it confirms our connection. Now we'll see if we get any issues while inserting the record, and then we will move on to build the login screen, and then eventually if we get time we will, maybe I should start just after this record being inserted. I mean after the user is getting registered, I will start implementing Redux over this project, so that we can have a global state management system. So I'll be using Redux and Redux toolkit. So we'll do that. Okay, now let's first go ahead and see if we are having any issues while inserting this record. Okay, so what are we going to do? We'll do this thing. Let me just open the dev tool so that I can have a proper response that I can show you. Maybe I think this will be good, right? Okay, this one. Okay, let me start the poll as well. What would be a creative way, or say anything to, let me just check. uh, let me just share it on LinkedIn as well and Twitter as well. Okay. I am creating a huge list of options on a poll. So maybe I can only create 4 options. Uh, Great. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Guys, I will urge you to kindly just please do the polls as well if you are casually visiting or uh, on this stream. So it would be very helpful if you guys can do the polls. All right, now let's start. So first of all, let's see if I can insert the record, and then we'll implement Redux over here. One more thing, let me just pin my GitHub. So maybe you guys can follow me there, or maybe check out what I'm doing. Hello guys, Ungani, Yusuf, how you all doing? Thanks for visiting on the chat. Just give me a minute, guys. It will take a minute and I'll be back. Just give me a minute. I'm really sorry to interrupt. Well, good to hear that, Yusuf. I'm good too. Thanks for asking, man. All right. Amazing. All right, let's do our stuff. Sorry for I kept you guys waiting. Meanwhile, if you guys are just visiting, or if you don't like anything on the stream, please feel free to come on chat and help me improve, as well as you can motivate me by liking this stream and sharing it with your friends. All right, let's see on the terminal how to get down the performance tool option. How to get down? Did you have video for web development? I think no. I think this is the only live stream that I'm doing. Varigonda, what does, I'm not able to get it. How to get down that performance tools option? Which one? Yusuf, I don't have a proper web development video. I think this is the stream only where I'm doing this thing. Developer tools option. Okay, yeah, so F12 is the option. So if you go this and press F12, it's done. Yeah, it's F12. You see, pressing F12 will open, then and pressing F12 again will close the tool. And if you press Ctrl Shift I, then it will inspect, or you can just right click over here, inspect, and once you can press Q as well. So there are many options. Okay, now let's see. We already have this thing running and the backend running. Backend is on Actix Web in Rust, and I'll show you. I have written a controller. It's a health controller that I just used. Now if I go to routes, I have a register call that I need to I have this endpoint registered, so I have clubbed them under the user's scope. So are you guys okay? No problem. Are you guys aware of Actix Web? So it's a framework in Rust that let us help create REST APIs. So it provides very like different features so that we can create a proper framework and build our server. So it has all the options to create route, configure route, create middlewares, right? So just like that. Alright, so we need to call register, and it has been scoped under user. So let's see. We'll go inside register controller. So here we are, we have a register controller. I have maintained a proper separation of concerns where I have a middleware on different thing. If I show you, this is my structure. I have a controller where I have all the controllers, then I'll have middlewares, and I have a repository folder where I just keep the code like the files that contact with that query the database. So it's inside this. So on the register user, if I check, I can see I am fetching the payload, then the secret as well. I'm creating a secret hash, but the thing is I have a thing of password here as well, because I'm not storing the password on the database directly, so I'm storing the hash. Okay, so user hash. Oh, alright, so here's a function inside the user repo. I have user registration as well. So if I go inside it, I can see it, the insert query. This thing. Alright, so now let's see if we are able to. Okay, now I'm getting the rows affected as well. So user. Alright, now let's see. So one thing to check over here is I recently configured my Arch, so I would not have any proper visualization tool for checking up the database like pgadmin for Postgres database or not. So I'll try to do it with the login it with console on the terminal, and then I'll just fetch the information. Okay, so maybe I will have something over here. These all commands are for like just making my OBS work. Hopefully I'll have this. So if I do this, let's see if I can log in. I created a database, a testdb, host, localhost. My user is, I created Vipin, grant all the permission to it, and I have a simple password. Amazing, I am inside testdb. Okay, so I'll say select star from app. So currently I don't have any table as well, right? So earlier we were facing this issue that we don't have any table, right? So we are going to do that. We are going to create a table, app registration, and we'll add all those fields, right? So by the way, you guys like, how do you do things on it? I mean, do you create a file, kind of a migrate file that will, in case of a new project setup, you run that and it will create all the necessary tables? So let's see. I have a table named, so basically this is my table, right? All I have all these fields. So I have app users, so I'll just, I think I need to just do this app users. All right. Oh get okay. So I'll have a ID, that I'll have it a serial, and it be of course a primary key, right? Secondly, let's see, what do I have? I have username. I have user name, that I'll do varchar 50, right? It would be not null. Third, I have sec and user login sec. Maybe let's do this user login varchar 50 not null sec varchar 50 not null. What else do we have? Username sec, user login, and address as well. Address varchar 100. Now let's see if this works. What else do we have? App users, username, secret, user login. So username, secret, user login, address. I think I have one issue over here. Do we have, I want to receive updates. All right, so maybe I can create another method. Let's say few things that are, I think, necessary. That is, well, created at would be a time stamp, and default is now. Maybe password should not be limited, or should it? Maybe I can just use text. Alright, now let's see if this works. It says I have an error over here. It says I have an error near syntax create. I think this is the issue. Did you guys notice anything? It it just took this thing. I think I need to remove this thing. Create table. So I think it successfully ran. So it's now I can see the table as app users. Alright, so if I do now select star from app users, I can see nothing, but now I'll insert the record and I'll see the record over here. So insert the record. So should we play the roulette now? Let's do this thing, but first I'll just check for handle submit, right? I already have things in place like the logs and all, but now let's do this thing. So I'll say Vipin Joshi, I'll say vipinj at gmail.com. Password would be this and your address would be so now I didn't add this thing. Maybe I can alter the table, but for now I would not just do anything. Maybe just for the sake of doing thing, I'll be doing it checked. Now if I hit sign up, I should see the request successful. Otherwise we'll have to debug if anything goes wrong. So let's do it. Sign up. All right, I think they both just went 200. They are success. Okay, now let's see. Okay, the server response time is 1.66 second. The recommended limit should be 500 milliseconds. So something is what could be wrong here? Maybe the hashing part where I'm hashing the password. What do you think? I think it's a slower time, right? Slow server response time. It took around 1.6 second, but it should not took more than 500 milliseconds. So if I click on this, it says it is okay. If I check the response, it says user registered and token generated. So this is my JOT token that I just generated, right? So if I can just copy this thing. What the hell, man? If I just copy value and check over here, I can see my details, right? If I paste my JOT over here, I paste my JOT over here, you can see I can see the issuer is Vipin, issued at time, my subject is one, that is probably the user ID that I have created, right? And this is the expiration of this thing. So expiration time, as you can see, it's in I64. So on the Rust side, I keep this value as I64. This is my issuer and this is my issuer issued at and something like that. So this JOT token has information and it is properly validated. So it's a valid JOT, but the signature is invalid because this web page is using a secret of something this but of course we will have a different secret, so this will always be an invalid signature. If I create a JOT token using this password, both of these fields will be green because now the signature is also signature will also be matching. So I already told you about JOT. There are three things, as you can see the pink dots over here. So it consists of three things. First one is the type of like the type of JOT it used, like is it a SH256 algo or what is the type of this thing. The second middle part is the our payload, where we will have our information like subject, expiration, issuer, issue date and many more things. And this final thing will be our integrity of this token. Whatever secret we use All right, so a jot token comprises of these three things, and we always provide these three things whenever we create a jot. So combining these three things will give us a jot token. So I think the registration part is working now. As you can see, if I go ahead on the terminal and if I check the so earlier you can see there are 0 records. So if I do this thing, now you can see I have one record now. So username is Vipin Joshi, user login is this, and as you can see this is my secret. So secret is hashed form. So now when I log in, I will fetch from the registration table first of all that is a user, you know, is a user registered or not. If it's registered, then I'll validate this the password that a user provide on the login screen. I will convert it into a hash, then I'll validate the hash. If these two passwords will be same, the hash would be same. If any of the character in the password will change, the hash will differ from a lot. So you should not store direct password on the database. I mean, you should store the hash first of all. It's a irreversible process, so if someone has your hash, it cannot decode back it to the password. So it's just a one-way operation, right? And the validation is extremely okay then if you validate the hash of the password. So alright, so we have a record now. I think the registration is working. Maybe we can also create a login screen, or should we add Redux? What do you say, guys? API in Rust, interesting. Aditya, hello Aditya. Tony Stark, programming is my dream. Hello Tony. But I am an expert in programming, intermediate. But I am an expert in programming, intermediate programmer. Noise. Alright, guys. Come on, man. We have 50 people watching. Around we have 50 people watching. So you can, always motivate me by giving some likes. Likes is what I care about. Likes. No, I'm just kidding. Alright, so if you guys have any issues, feel free to come on chat. Come on, guys. Around 70 people and 3 likes. It's highly unlikely. Hello AK, you have the profile of Pablo. AK, did I take the guess the correct name? This man is like Piccolo Pablo or something. Hello, what are you building, bro? Hello. I'm just creating frontend for the backend that I created in Rust. So yep. Okay, alright, request completed successfully, auth code, and we have a login logging middleware also working here. As you can see, I can see the path, the method. Alright, so come on, guys. One thing I want to, I would highly urge you guys to please visit the polls. Just do the polls, man. So that will help me. If you are not liking the stream as well, feel free to come on chat and let me know where I'm lacking, as well as please opt for polls. Just go for the polls. Okay, so I think we are here. Now let's do one thing. let's see how we can implement. Let's look about this thing, Redux and Redux toolkit. What the hell? A Redux. Maybe let's go here. Okay, a JS library for predictable and maintainable global state management. And why do we need it? First of all, there is a catch. If your application is simple, not very complicated, and if you can, make your app perfect without maintaining a global state, then you should avoid Redux. There is no need, it's an unnecessary complexity. There is no need to do that if your app is working fine. So in our case, I think we need that, maybe not, I don't know, I'm just doing it to show you guys. So but it's a catch, so don't unnecessarily add the complexity of maintaining a global state using these libraries. They come handy when you have a very big project, very complicated project, right? So I'm not saying these things are bad, they are good, but if your app is working with without, working fine without these, then it's okay to avoid those. Alright, so I'll find out the documentation. How do we do that? Let's see how many things have changed. Yeah, so from the Redux team, I'll use this Redux toolkit as well. Okay, so I'll be using React Redux and Redux toolkit. Get started. Okay, now Redux toolkit. So we are going to combine these two things. Alright, with Redux toolkit we are going to create features, thunks, slices of our state. Redux toolkit provides like multiple methods, a configurable store, and various hooks, so we can do that. Okay, all right, React Redux. We have a provider, we'll wrap our app in provider, then we will configure the store. We'll have to create a store. On the store, so documentation is a simple piece. So these are the what the heck, get started. Intended to be standard way to write Redux logic. It was originally created to help address 3 common concerns about Redux. Configuring a Redux store is too complicated. Of course, that's what I'm saying in the top. I have to add a lot of packages to get Redux to do anything useful. Redux requires too much boilerplate code. So this Redux toolkit will solve these pain points. Alright, installation, again create a React Redux app. Npm install, yarn install. Okay. Create API. Come on, now let's go. So we have these things, right? So blah 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 blah. Okay, so here is the thing. Okay, it's a symbol, I think it's not. I want to show you guys about the create reducer, like these hooks, where we just add reducers. All right, create slice. Now let's understand what does Redux toolkit do. So while these were the patterns originally shown in there are a lot of verbose. Okay, most of the vulnerabilities is necessary to use Redux. On top of it, the boilerplate code led to more opportunities to make mistakes. API, provide APIs, that simply standard Redux task. Alright, so here these two methods it like focuses on. It says configure store, sets up a well configured Redux store with a single function call. Okay, It's also easier to configure than create store because it task named opinionated pyramid place slice. Let's you write reducer that uses IMR library. Just give me a minute. Okay, so I mean you can create a slice. This slice will be used, this slice has a reducer and this reducer will be called. So this reducer has these two methods, right? To do, here we update the state, configure store, we can use this, we will pass all our reducer into it, right? We'll have a store function, we will use this function, we will pass all our reducers that we have created. So it also has a function that is called extra reducers. This create slice, inside this we can also create extra slice as well. Async thunk, create entity, create listener middleware, create selector. Okay, we are going to use all these things, but tutorial overview, let me just share this link with you guys. Maybe you guys would also love to check this out. I mean most of you should be aware of this thing. Right, so it says we need to install a few things, right? We need to install React Redux. Do we need to install? I think it will fetch it by its own, right? Redux toolkit. Maybe, I mean, I don't know, we can just if I'm about to create this thing over here, I'll say create store. Inside this I can just create store.ts. over here I can just should I features, maybe I can create features. Inside this thing I'll just maintain thunks. Alright, so inside the features I'll have my slices, inside my thunk I'll have my async thunks, and yeah, I think and with the store.ts I'll configure my store like the function that you guys saw, right? Configure store function, where I will use all my reducers that I created. Okay, now let's add few things. I'll say yarn add what was it? I think maybe, yeah, this thing, I should copy this, paste it over here, so will be sorted. Hello, Saikiran. Hi. What's up? Come on, guys. Go to the polls. Off for polls. And if you are just skipping, just say hi on the chat. Or maybe like this stream. Harshit, I think recoil is much better. What do you think? Yes, maybe. I didn't get the opportunity to use recoil. I think I have, but on a side project. But on my all the production applications, I on my previous projects I have used Redux, Thunk, and all. And in my recent, on the my projects that are in production, I use Redux toolkit. Maybe let's check this out. If I want to build platform for student, track their progress in academic and non-academic skill, aptitude skill, sort of a dashboard and make it a mobile web app. What's your suggestion on tools? Hello, Mr. Mine. So renderbugs. Hello, Mr. Mine. You're saying that if anyone want to build a platform for the student, like they track their all the overall skill, sort of dashboard and make it so these two are different things. So either you make a mobile first way on the web, so that if your students open the your web version of your your website, so it should be, first of all, it should be mobile first approach. So all the components and all the design should be mobile first, so that they can track it on their phone. But again, making a web app and a mobile web app, I think these are different thing. They both are completely different thing. So I would suggest you to go for a web app that is designed mobile first, designed with a mobile first approach. So my suggestion would be to use mobile first approach for the design, so that anyone can use it on the mobile. Secondly, on the tools, I would suggest you to go for React, TypeScript. And if you want to maintain a server for that, go for Node.js. Harshit, could you guide me how to build logic? I'm stuck in React, and when I create a project, generally I'm using like HTML font, not able to fully conceptualize the uses of hooks in React app. So creating a hook, it's just a matter of typing only. They all follow the same pattern more or less. But building a logic, I think it's an individual ability. But maybe breaking down it in a flowchart could help you build logic. I'm using like a HTML font, not able to fully conceptualize the uses of hooks in React. I'll show you how to use hooks in this thing. I'll create some hooks that I am going to use it with Redux. So in React, in Redux, there are already available hooks like use selector, use dispatch. But I'll create some hooks like use app dispatch or use app selector. Then I'll pass the appropriate selector based on the pages that I'm on. So I'll make that too about hooks. But yeah, if you want to build logic, then I think maybe break it on this like little parts and then work on each individual part. So first of all, try it out on a different a board or something like that. Maybe are you experienced, Harshit, or are you a working professional or a student or something like that? Guys, come on, we have 50 watching and we have 5 likes. I'm a student. Okay, that is good. You have a time. So yeah, I mean, if you want to build logic, first of all think about the problem, then figure out a raw solution, then break that raw solution into pieces and work on each piece. I mean, this sounds very 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 long process, but it's a very quick process. And work on each thing, each part that you break down, and finally when you club it all together, then you will have working logic. So how is your college going, Harshit? Come on people, now let's put a wave of likes. Hit that thumb. Yo bro, how are you? I'm good bro, thanks for asking. How about you? Come on guys, hit that thumb. I want to see a wave. I want to see the likes in double digit. Do it. Alright, so maybe Harshit will do something like, if I go inside store, maybe I will create hooks.ts, and over here I can say export. I can say export const use app dispatch. Like I said, I will create my custom thing, then I will just do something like use dispatch, that is the provided by React Redux. Alright, and what I'll do something like this. Over here on the use dispatch, I'll just do app dispatch. Alright, I will just pass a type over here. And how will I get this type? I will get this type from the store. So maybe somewhere over here I can say import app dispatch from something like store, something like that. Then I need to build app dispatch on the store. Alright, so yeah, or maybe I can say export const use app selector. I can have typed dispatch. Do we have typed use selector hook? Typed use selector hook. So you see, this interface allows you to easily create a hook that is properly typed for your store's root state. So on the store where I will have a use state, I can this will help me to this typed use selector hook. I'll pass root state over here. Let's see, root state is from the toolkit query, or is from the toolkit query, but I will create a root state on store JS, and then I will just have use selector over here. So maybe something like that. I'm not sure if I am just doing it right. So yeah, now wherever I'll use app dispatch, I just wrapped it with use dispatch, right? I already used it, right? Use dispatch. So instead of using this use dispatch, I'll pass use app dispatch. and in case of, and wherever I will use selector, I will pass a use app selector, and inside that I'll pass the root state that I'll create on store. So if I'm on the login page, then I will have a something from the root, like the store I will have something like login selector. If I'm on the registration page, I'll have something like registration selector, order selector, something like that. So instead of just calling use selector, I created my hook that I named it use app selector. So inside that I'll pass all those things, something like that. Now let's build these things. So I'll have app dispatch, and I'll have root state on the store, right? So let me just go on the store. Here I have something, I'm not sure, I mean, if it will throw an error definitely, because we haven't created our slice, and those slice has the reducers, right? But let me just set the context over here. What we will do, we'll create something like man, what does this check status, why it's coming right now? I'll say export const store, and we will use a function that we just figured out is configure store. Like, we check this out, configure store. Okay, and here we have all our reducers, right? So I can say reducer, and here on the reducer I can pass my reducer like register reducer for now, let's say, right? Register user reducer, and over here I will do export type app dispatch, and something like export type what was it, root state, right? So I'll do something like that. On the app dispatch type, I'll say, I'll just pass the type. All right, so I'll do store dot dispatch. Okay, and over here I'll say if I need to pass the root state, right? So I'll have to do something like store dot get state. Maybe I need a type of this thing. Return type. Okay, I'm not sure if this works, but I just use it on the store, right? So I just did app dispatch and exported type of the dispatch from the store, and again the return type was the all right, root state. I need to create a register reducer now, and maybe on the top I could just say import, register reducer from blah 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 something slice that I'll create. Okay, so it's not an issue right now. I already said it will throw an error because I was just setting the template over here, like the context. Yep. Use state hook is used, and use ref etc hooks. For example, I'm creating a button component. Okay, I'm generally using the divs. What I want to do is write the logic and conceptualize where are the uses. Okay, I got it now. So you are doing something like you created a button somewhere, and if I'm thinking it right, or no, you written something over here. Use state hook is used, and use IZ 0819. I mean, there is only one way to watch it on full screen is to stop the stream and change the layout from, I think, whatever it is, mobile view to desktop view. But I intended to go mobile view because I don't know, on the web view I mostly like 1 or 2 people might be watching me, but here I can, you know, directly reach people. Yeah sir, so maybe next time I'll do it desktop view. Amazing. Harshit, I am not sure what you are saying about this div example. For example, if I'm creating a button component, okay, I'm generally using the divs. Okay, what I want to do is write the logic and conceptualize where are the uses. Okay, I got it now. So you created a button component, now you want to create hooks, like use something changed or use something clicked, something like that, right? Use state hook is used and use ref etc hooks. I'm not sure if you're saying, I mean, okay, now maybe over here on the features, I have thunks. So on the features maybe I could create a register. Inside this I could create thunks, so I'll have to remove this thing, thunks. Alright, so thunks. Over here on the register I can say register slice.ts. okay, let's go on register slice. So here I'll create my this thing. So how should I do this? We already have this thing, right? Let's see how do we create. I think we'll use this thing na. So we have create slice method over here, right? Let's go. Let's see. Legacy handwritten redux. Yes, of course. I used to wrote this. I mean, I have written this in some of the apps as well. And I written this too. So we'll do something like this. Const to do slice, right? So I'll say const. Maybe I need to export this. Export const, but because I'm going to use it on the store, right? So I'll say create slice, right? Let's see what else do we have here. I have name, so I'll just do name. For the name I'll say register. I have initial state as well, so initial state. So maybe I need to create in order to fill the shorthand I'll say const initial state. So should I define the type over here? I think I should. I'll just say register. So I'll just say register user, right? Now here I'll just define this thing. So my initial states message will be empty, I'll have a results that I'm going to fetch it from the server, message, result. So basically these things. What else I could have over here is I can have loading if in case I want to show the buttons loading. So you see, whenever we have a request, whenever we create a reducer, and whenever we call a async thunk function, we'll have three states basically. One will be fulfilled, one will be pending, and one will be error. So in case of pending, when we use create slice method, we also have control about the cases of of a async thunk that we are going to call under reducers. So inside a reducer, if I call an async thunk, then I'll have a control over its states. So cases basically. So in redux slice we have cases, we add the cases. Is it fulfilled, is it errored out, or is it pending state? So here we can have the benefit of loading buttons, right? So I'll keep a, let's say I keep a variable called loading that I need to show a user whenever things are, performing something on the back end, and I need to show them loading. So I will take help of that case where I can show the pending states, and in that case I'm going to show a loading button. I'll set that thing to true. Okay, so I mean there are a lot more things. I already have that redux toolkit pinned on the chat, not pinned but on the chat, so maybe you guys can check that out. Okay, that will help me that will help me to get the value the user is typing and the button is performing. Okay, tell about yourself. Are you a working professional? Yes sir, I'm a working professional. I'm looking for an internship. Could you guide me to some project related to MERD? Build anything on the backend. Try to implement authentications, jot implementations, some query to the database that uses transactions, maybe integrate a payment gateway. So just go simple, man. Create any MERN project, but integrate all the things that you see, like a payment gateway, proper separation of concern, a prod grade code, right? So you can do that. So what are you building right now? I'm creating a front end for my backend that I created. On the backend I implemented created a HTTP server using Rust, and I used it with the help of Actix web framework. Sorry for the time string. I was using a tablet and it's hard to type. Oh no, that's fine. Okay, no problem. And thank you for like visiting my live and chatting me. So yeah, I'm just creating a front end for the Rust backend that I created. So the sole purpose of this stream was to show about Actix web, that how we can create HTTP server and REST APIs using this thing. So it's completely like it built on the top of Tokyo, and it's a async thing. So maybe it could be a next replacement for Node.js. Did I say it loud? Amazing, 22 people watching and we have 7 likes. Come on, man. Where I can find the opportunity related to MERN? LinkedIn, Twitter, these two things. On LinkedIn you can have like multiple, I think, openings for internships as well. On Twitter, and doing open source contributions. Doing open source contribution keeps you highlighted. Showing off them on Twitter and LinkedIn will also get you highlighted and build your legacy if you do it daily. If you search, it shows about your seriousness. So if you do an open source contribution or whatever you do, just build in public, maybe put a screenshot on Twitter and LinkedIn, ask user for some feedbacks on it, post something fact that you learned, and this way you can build up few things. I hope you must be doing that. I mean, yeah, sure, you must be doing that. And whenever it's the right time, you will be approached, I think, at least on the Twitter. Recently I got into a Reddit hackathon and I have submitted the project. Great, that is good. So if I may ask what the product was about. Bro, use AI. Hello, Daliso. I mean, not while learning, but once you are skilled, you can use definitely like any AI tool. If you have been putting on his string, now is a chance to correct that. AI makes it faster. Yes, AI makes the works faster, but I'm not sure about learning. Are you saying it about learning? AI makes learning faster. Maybe yes. I mean, you don't need to look for multiple things. But buddy, I'm a kind of guy that still uses Stack Overflow. You can see that. So yes, I think going with time is the only solution. So yes, you can use AI, should use AI, but at least I should be skilled enough, we should be skilled enough to use AI. But while learning, I think using AI for examples is good, but not for making side projects. Okay guys, I hope you learned something. Maybe we could continue this thing later. It's time to get some sleep. So I hope you learned how we create slice, how we create store, and how we can reduce some boilerplates that traditionally we write using Redux. So we have Redux toolkits provide us various functions like create slice, where we can create slice, we can configure store as well. So instead of wrapping our app, I'm not sure, do we have to wrap it? Yes, we have to, sorry. So we have to, but it provides, it reduces the boilerplate code into a single point. So already there is a link to Redux toolkit that if you want to learn, then go on the chat. maybe you can look out. And I think we are done here. We are able to register. As we can see, we have a user registered over here. Maybe next time we'll create a login screen and we'll complete this Redux implementation, right? It's already done. We have initiated our initial state, right? So let me just just continue. I mean, maybe just show something. So we have an initial state over here. Now I can just use reducers over here, right? So I can create some reducers over here. Like, let's say if everything happens, I'll just reset status. Let's say again I'll have a state, right? And action. Okay, over here I can just return initial state because I'm just resetting a status. Now here is a good thing. Now I have defined a reset state on the on a reducer, right? Now what if I want to build it some other reducers as well on the register this slice. What did I do? Loading it, I want it to be false at first. All right, I'll have to create a type over there as well, which make sure that the register is of type this thing, all the values that I'm using. So I need to map the type as well, so I'll do it later. So here is a good thing. Now the good thing comes is extra reducers, right? So extra reducers over here, I need a builder. For that, builder will help me to add the cases, like the pending cases, fulfilled cases, and something like that. Now here what I'll do, I'll just do builder dot add case. Here what I'll do, I'll just use my thunk. Let's say I want to use a register user. I'll just use the case like pending, but I need to create the async thunk method named register user on the thunk folder that I created, right? So this extra reducer will help me to build the other reducer or call the other async thunk functions as well. So yeah, after this thing it will be done. So this is our whole configuration. All right, yeah, this could be our whole configuration. And on the maybe over here main.tsx, I need to wrap this thing over a provider, right? Like I could say something, I'll have to wrap this thing like as we do, right? We'll wrap it inside a provider. Provider will pass a store that we have created. So we are 80% done implementing this Redux and Redux toolkit. Hopefully on the next time maybe we can create a counter to show how this state management works. Till then bye bye. Till then bye bye. Yeah, AI makes it. A statement I got from GPT: chat people still uses overflow. Yeah, okay. All right guys, thank you very much for your time. I'll see you next time. Bye bye guys. Thank you very much whoever came on the chat and talked with me, and thank you very much for the polls. I can see that most of the people are just visiting. Maybe if you guys did not like anything, feel free to come on the chat. Maybe after this live you can just put all those things on a comment of this video of the live. And thank you very much whoever did the polls, and I really appreciate you guys. You guys are awesome. Okay, I'll see you next time. Bye bye guys. The stream is going to be out now.